Presenting the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky. Look! It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. Now, Superman, mighty visitor from another world who came to Earth when the planet Krypton was destroyed by quakes and explosions. Superman, who can twist steel in his bare hands, leap tall buildings at a single bound, race a speeding bullet to its target, and who walks about among human beings as champion of the weak and the oppressed, disguised as Clark Kent, news reporter. As our story opens today, Kent has returned from Bridger Field after solving the mystery of the wrecked airplanes and is about to pick up a new assignment. He is in the private office of city editor Perry White of the Daily Planet, and White is staring at him across the desk in some surprise. Listen.
And do you honestly mean to tell me you've never heard of Buffalo Hills?
Well, only just this minute, Chief. No fooling. What is it, a national game preserve?
Buffalo Hills, Kent, is about to become a national shrine.
Oh, now I remember. It's where they carved the pictures in the side of a mountain.
Well, now you're waking up.
Uh-huh.
Enormous sculptures, Kent. Scenes representing the early history of the pioneers, carved in granite half a mile up in the air in the face of the cliff.
Yes, haven't they been at it for 5 years or something?
More than that. Now they've finished. Next week comes the big unveiling.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you'll like Buffalo Hills. Fine air, wonderful views. And, of course, that's Al Carson's state.
Al J. Carson, the reform governor? Oh, so that's what it is. You think there may be trouble, eh?
I didn't say so, Kent.
I understand, Mr. White.
Well, Carson's had a fight on his hands. He's cleaned up the state,
Yeah.
but there's a certain gang that's sworn to get him.
Yes, wasn't he shot at just last week?
Yes, for the third time. They send a heavy police guard wherever he goes. I don't know. Now, if I were a crook and wanted to get a well-known public figure, well, what would you do?
I'd pick a time when he was out in the open with lots of people.
Yeah, just so. Now, for instance, the ceremonies at Buffalo Hills where Governor Carson will make the chief address. See?
Uh-huh.
Steady room, White. Who? Hatch. Well, what is he? Oh, yes, certainly I know him, certainly. All right, let him come up.
All right, Mr. White. I'll be running along then. Got to get tickets and expense money.
Stick around, Kent. You ever meet Asa Hatch?
The old man who takes pictures?
He's an old friend of mine, Kent. Pioneer, Indian fighter, scientist, scholar, probably the best landscape photographer in the country. And besides that, he's a regular amateur detective.
What?
You heard me. Amateur Sherlock Holmes. Also volunteer traveling correspondent for the Daily Planet.
Ah.
You better stick around and meet him, Kent. Men like Asa Hatch are scarce. I had no idea he was in town.
Perry, my dear fellow, the very man I want to see.
Come in, Asa. Come in and shut the door. Kent, pull up a chair.
My dear Perry, the story of a lifetime. Front page, absolutely.
Now, Asa, sit down and stop bubbling like a fountain. Meet one of my bright young men, Clark Kent.
How do you do, Mr. Hatch?
Delighted, charmed. Perry, stop the presses. How long before you go to bed?
Me or the paper?
The paper.
10 minutes ago. What's on your mind?
A sensation, believe me. Look at me, Perry. Mr. Kent, if that's the name.
That's it.
Observe me, up and down and sideways. Do I appear dangerous, vicious?
Dangerous? What are you talking about?
Is there anything about me to stir people to rage, homicidal frenzy?
I'm afraid I don't.
In words of one syllable, is there any reason why anyone should want to kill me?
Kill you? Asa, what are you talking about?
Well, my dear fellow, I'm doing my best to tell you. Kindly don't interrupt, merely listen.
Yes, we're listening.
I said don't interrupt. I arrived in this metropolis of yours from the south and went to the station to purchase a ticket for the west. To be explicit, for Boulder City.
Boulder City? Are you going out to Buffalo Hills?
Of course, my dear fellow, if you insist on interrupting, I shall take myself and my story to the Daily Express.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's merely that Kent's going out to Boulder City, too. You'll be company for him.
Certainly, Perry, if he enjoys traveling with a corpse.
What?
The word was corpse. One who has departed this life.
Now, Asa, look here. Would you mind telling us what in heaven's name you're talking about?
Not at all. I've been trying to for some minutes.
Then what is it?
My hat.
What?
My hat. There it is. Look at it. Mr. Kent, you look at it.
Well, it looks all right, Mr. Hatch. A little dusty on one side, but...
Natural consequence of being plucked from the gutter. And what was it doing in the gutter? Lying there, gentlemen, after being shot from my head.
What? Shot from your head?
Quite so. Look at it closely. A hole in the crown, yes. That hole was made by a bullet.
What?
Please, Perry, your remarks have a certain monotony. The last three have been what?
But I don't understand.
Look, Perry, I came out of the station, walked by an alley, and someone shot my hat off with a rifle.
Yes, but who did it and why? Did they take you for a gangster?
How do you know it was a rifle?
Please, gentlemen, one at a time. I don't know who did it, nor why, nor whether they took me for a gangster, and I merely guessed that a rifle was used.
Why?
Because I saw no sign of the perpetrator and heard no shot. Too far for a pistol. Now then, what I should like to know is, what next?
Well, Mr. Hatch, have you reported this to the police?
Not so far, Mr. Kent. I prefer to come straight to my old friend, White. As I said before, a front-page story. Distinguished photographer shot in dark. Attempted murder in the night. Well, Perry?
Asa, when did this happen?
This evening, barely 20 minutes ago.
Have you been anywhere since?
I told you I came straight here. I walked across the park, and here I am.
The window!
The Dickens.
That's my
Mr. Hatch, stand back from that window. Get back. Are you hurt?
No, I think not.
Mr. White, that was a bullet. Someone fired a bullet at Mr. Hatch through the window.
Call the police. Call the press room. Get out there and do something, Kent.
I'm going, Mr. White.
Hey, you men out there. Ferguson, Moore, get in here. Call the police. No, don't call the police.
Now then, out of sight in the hall. I think it's time Clark Kent changed into Superman and did a little detective work. If that was a bullet, I know just about where it came from. Now, out of these clothes. There. Up with the window. And out we go. Out and away. Now then. That shot came through the window and hit the wall across the office near the ceiling. So whoever it was fired it from below and almost directly opposite. Down we go. Down. Down to that empty floor in the loft across from the Planet Building. Down. Down on that ledge. Hope I make a good landing. Here we go. Almost slipped that time. I wish they'd make these ledges a little broader. 6 inches wide and 40 feet above the street. Now then, if I can just edge along a bit. I think that's an open window just ahead. It is. Open just an inch or two. Oh, something's coming out of it. It's a rifle barrel. Great Scott, he's going to try again. That lighted window in White's office is a perfect target. Oh, no, you don't, my friend. Not twice in the same place. Not while Superman's around. No time for crawling. Have to burst in there and knock that gun down. Out and down and in through the window.
Hey, what the?
Put down that gun.
Where'd you come from? Stand back.
I said put down that gun. I won't say it again.
You bet you won't say it again. Don't come any closer. All right, take it.
No good. Bullets just bounce, and so will you.
Hey, what are you doing? Get away! Get away!
Quick, talk and talk fast. Why did you shoot at Asa Hatch?
What do you know about Asa Hatch?
Why did you shoot at him? Who sent you here?
None of your business.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'm making it my business. I told you once before to drop that gun.
Get away from me. Get away. I won't talk. You can't make me.
Quick, the police will be here in a minute. I hear them downstairs already. Talk. I said talk.
Ow, let me go. Quit it. Ow. I'll get you. I'll get you.
Stop that. I won't give you another chance. Look out for that gun.
Oh, got me.
Oh, I told him to watch out.
I'm going. Quick. Listen.
Hell, what is it? Quick, someone's coming.
I'm going. I'll talk now. Listen.
Quick.
They sent me.
Yes?
Flores. Alcos.
Who's Flores?
Get Hatch. Flores.
Yes?
Oh,
he's gone, poor fellow. Nothing I can do for him now. I can't be found here either. One more second, they'll be piling through that door. Out the window. Out we go. Back to the Planet office. Up, and away. Well, I can't understand it. I can't understand where he went. I told him to get the police and find out what was going on. Come in.
Ah, there he is. Speak of angels, Perry, and you hear the flutter of their wings.
Ken, come in. Man alive, where have you been?
Mr. White, they got him. They got the man who did the shooting.
Good work. Who was he?
I can't tell you that. He was hiding in an empty loft across the street. And when the watchman broke in and cornered him, he shot himself.
Shot himself? Why?
Well, nobody knows.
Mr. Kent, did he have any remark to make on the reason for the shooting?
Mr. Hatch, he did say something. He mentioned 2 names.
Ah, what were they?
Flores. He said Flores and then Carson.
Carson? Great Scott. Did he mean Al Carson, the governor?
Oh, beyond a doubt. Go on, Mr. Kent.
Well, Mr. Hatch, that's all. It was all he said.
What were his exact words, Kent?
As near as I remember, he said, they sent me. Flores. Carson.
I don't believe it. It can't be true. Carson, the governor of a state, sending gunmen to murder innocent people back east? It can't be the governor.
Oh, it isn't, Perry, it isn't. But Flores, Pete Flores, I know him well.
You do? But what have they got against you?
Mr. Hatch, what's it all about?
My dear Mr. Kent, I haven't the slightest idea. But I can promise you one thing. You said something about traveling west with me to Boulder City.
Yes, that's right. He's covering the celebration at Buffalo Hills.
What is it, Mr. White?
Yeah? Well, what is it? Great Scott. Look here. More trouble at Boulder City.
What?
Governor Carson's automobile wrecked in a head-on smash.
Ah,
Was he hurt?
No, just a few scratches.
very lucky. Just how lucky even he doesn't know. Yes, as I was saying, Mr. Kent, about your trip to Buffalo Hills for the celebration.
Well, what about it, Asa?
Whatever else it may be, it won't be dull. Oh, dear me, no. And as far as celebrations are concerned, Mr. Kent, I think you can prepare more for something like the 4th of July.
She's coming, Pete. Here's the whistle.
So, he is. Come along, Dutchie. Down to the end of the platform. Don't forget the suitcase.
Don't worry.
And don't throw it around like that. There's that pineapple in there that will blow you sky high.
Listen, what you got against this newspaper guy here? What's his name? Kent.
Not much. I haven't heard much about him. But what little I hear is plenty. Look what he did to Dinelli.
Did Kent do that?
So I'm told. Maybe it was luck, and maybe it wasn't. But whatever it was, we don't want no part of it out here. Not till we get through with Carson.
When's it coming off, Pete?
Midnight tonight. When they ain't looking for nothing, that's why I want to knock these guys off first.
Who's the other one?
The other guy is an old bird by the name Hatch. He was out here once before. What he did was plenty.
Plenty what?
Plenty trouble. Don't know if he meant it or not, but that don't make no difference. This time, I ain't take no chance.
Here she comes. What about it now, Pete?
Come on. Back into the tall grass. Get down, Dutchie. So, now listen.
Well, she's slowing down, all right.
Open up the suitcase. Handle it easy. There.
What do I do?
You ride the rods. Fix pineapple under car 384. Go as far as Island Falls. Then get off and meet me in Boulder City.
Here comes the dust. Watch yourself, Pete. Can't see a thing.
You watch the cars. Count the numbers. There she is. That's 384. Now then, Dutchie, quick. No one see you in dust. Run. Get on board rods. Make it good and tight. Quick.
Okay, Pete. So long.
All right? Oh, quite all right, thank you. I'm a natural-born traveler, Mr. Kent. Is your lemonade sweet enough?
Suits me. For your help.
As we say, down the hatch. The Asa hatch? Oh, bless my soul, we're stopping. Didn't stay long at this place. What's the name of it?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Here comes the station. Wait a minute now. Little Forks. Well, it's little enough, but I don't see the forks.
They're in the water when there is any water.
Which there isn't right now. Boy, look at that dust.
Too bad for tramps, eh, Mr. Kent? If there are any tramps.
Yes, I'm just as glad I'm riding the chair cars and not the rods. Well, how about some more lemonade, eh?
No, thank you. One's enough. Oh, my word, you certainly drank it down. Yes, as I was saying before, Mr. Kent, I very soon decided that the law was not for me, so I went into taking pictures, and there I've been ever since.
Well, you must have done a bit of traveling here and there, haven't you?
Oh, yes, here and there. In fact, the last time I was out at Boulder City, a good many years ago that was, I had a very curious experience. Would you like to hear about... would you like to hear about it? Huh? And what? I said, Would you like to hear about my experiences the last time I was in Boulder City?
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, my dear fellow, you're suddenly absorbed. Is anything the matter?
Mr. Hatch, do you hear anything?
Hear anything?
Yes.
Why, no, only the usual click of the wheels. Do you?
Listen. Directly under us, isn't there a sort of metallic clinking? Wait.
Well, my dear fellow, it's probably some tramp. He's changing his false teeth.
No, really. Listen.
Oh, my dear Kent, I don't hear a thing, and if I did, why bother?
Funny. I don't hear it now myself. Well, sir, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll just drop in on the smoking car. Would you care to come along?
No, thank you. No, I shall read a bit and then take a nap.
All right. Well, I won't be long. Back in 10 minutes.
Take your time. Take your time. We don't get to Boulder City until 11.
Right. Mighty queer, if you ask me. I could have sworn there was someone under the car making an adjustment with tools. I wonder whether Superman should investigate. Wait. There it is again. There is someone. He's under this car. He's riding the rods, but that isn't all. That isn't all he's doing. I think I'll have a look at this. If someone took a shot at Hatch back east, it's just barely possible he might be trying something else right now. I'll open this door. Leave it open so I can get back in again. Now then, that does it. Out we go. Out over the train. And up. Faster. Got to get my bearings. Now, I'll just drop down and skim along under the cars or right alongside. Down we go. Down and right next to the train. Down. Plenty of cinders and dust. Now, let's see. Nobody back there. Now then, this is the car we were in, Hatch and I. There is someone there. It's a tramp on the rods. And he's doing something. Well, we'll soon yank him out of that. Hey there!
Hey, what's that? Where'd it come from? I'm seeing things.
Come out of that. Come on.
I'm going crazy. There's a guy flying along with the train. Ow! Ow!
You want me to come in there and get you? All right. How do you like this?
No, don't. Leave me alone. I'll fall. I'll go into the wheel.
No, you won't. Let go, quick. That's it. Now, come along with me. Out we go, and up, and away.
Hey, what are you doing? Where are you taking me?
Just for a ride. Don't be frightened. What were you doing under that car?
Nothing. Honest.
But you're not honest. That's just the trouble. Quick now, what were you doing?
I tell you, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just riding the rods. I got out at Little Falls.
What's your name?
Dutchy Gann.
Look, Dutchy, see that lake right below us? I'm dropping down to it. Down.
Wait, no.
Dropping down to it, Dutchy. And I'm dropping you right into it. What were you doing under that train?
Nothing. I wasn't doing nothing.
All right, down you go, Dutchy.
Help! Don't let me drown! Help!
I won't let you drown. Not yet. We're going ashore, Dutchy. Come on. You're wet here.
You're killing me.
Quick. Now, what were you doing under that train? Quick, unless you want another man.
No way. It was Flores. Pete Flores.
Flores? What do you mean?
He made me do it. He made me fix a bomb.
A bomb? Under that train?
Yeah. He's after the governor. Governor Carson. Tonight.
What about that bomb? When's it going off?
Right away. When the train leaves Island Falls.
What?
Hey, wait, no.
No time to wait now. I'm leaving you here, Dutchy. Get back any way you can. I've got to catch that train. Up, and away.
Porter.
Yes, sir?
What was that station we just stopped at?
That station? Yes, sir. That was Island Falls.
Faster. There she is. Just pulling out of that junction. If that's Island Falls, got to catch her now or it's too late. Down. Quick, under that car. 384. That's where he was. Ah, there's the bomb. Half a second more. Got to get in there and tear it loose. If it explodes, it'll blow that car to pieces. Now then. Come out of that. Tear loose. Got it. Made it. And off it goes. Down into the river. And just in time.
There, Kent. You had your smoke?
Oh, yes. Yes, thanks, Mr. Hatch.
By the way, did you hear that loud explosion a moment ago? It rattled the window.
Yes, I heard it. I think it was blasting down by the river.
Oh.
Tell me something, Mr. Hatch. That fellow Flores, would he have it in for you in any way?
Flores, Kent?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes, would he have it in for you and Governor Carson?
Well, since you ask me, Kent, yes, he would. Very definitely he would have it in for both of us.
Oh.
Why?
And when does this train get to Boulder City?
Fairly soon now, if we're on time. What makes you ask?
Nothing. Except that I think we might make a call on the governor, Mr. Hatch. Tell him what happened back east.
Indeed, Kent. You really think that, eh?
I do, sir. And I'll tell you something else, too. I hope we are on time.
What's that, Keegan? What's the time?
9:30, sir.
Oh, I'm sleepy. I think I'll turn in. Is there anything else that can't wait over till morning?
No, sir. Recommendations of the Pardons Board?
That'll wait. Anything special?
Not particularly. They've recommended Rico Frayne for executive clemency.
What? Rico Frayne? Why, confounded man, Rico Frayne was Pete Flores' right-hand man. He was mighty lucky to get out as well as he did.
I was wondering, sir. I mean to say...
Wondering what?
Of course, it isn't for me to make suggestions, Governor. I know that.
Well, get on, man. Get on. What are you talking about?
Well, sir, Frayne was only the first. There are a good many prosecutions still to come.
I should say there are plenty of them. I'll have that entire gang behind bars if it's the last thing I do. And Flores along with all the rest.
But, Governor, you know what he said. I mean, Flores...
What Flores says isn't front-page stuff with me, Keegan.
He swears he'll get you, sir. Just as he got all the others that stood in his way.
You really think that, do you, Keegan?
I'm terribly afraid of it, sir.
And I think I'd better show you just how afraid of it I am. Hand me that recommendation.
Governor, what are you going to do?
Keegan, this recommendation on behalf of Rico Frayne is denied. There, that's that. And now, good night.
Good night, sir.
Now I can sleep with a clear conscience. Good night.
Hello? What number you call?
Hey, that you, Flores?
Who is this?
Keegan, at the governor's mansion. It's no good, Flores.
What you mean?
The Frayne recommendation from the Pardons Board. It's denied.
Keegan, you hear me? You listen good, eh?
Yeah, go on, I'm listening.
At midnight tonight, I fix Governor Carson for good.
Midnight?
That's what I'd say. Listen, you know a man by name Hatch, old man?
Old Razor Hatch? Sure, I know him.
Good. So when old man Hatch come to Governor's house tonight, you take care.
What's that? Hatch is coming here?
You hear me, Keegan? Hatch and man from newspaper by name Kent. They both come. We put bomb on the train, but something happened. It don't go off. They do not get to talk to Carson. See?
Okay, Flores. Trust me for that.
Your gates, they are locked, yes?
You bet they're locked. Since your last try. They won't stand a chance of getting in.
Okay, Keegan. Me, I go follow them myself now. Maybe this is night I fix everybody. Governor, Hatch, and reporter. We see. So long.
So long, Flores.
Remember, you must not let Hatch and Kent get in to talk to Governor. Remember, when they come, I see them outside. Myself.
Well, my dear Kent, what'd you make of it?
Very simple, Mr. Hatch. The governor's life has been threatened, so he locks and bars his gates. Absolutely no admittance.
But that's preposterous. Where are the guards?
Yes, that's something I don't quite understand myself. You'd think they'd be all over the place. But there's a light in the mansion. You can see it through the bars.
Yes, bless me, so there is. Well, what do we do now?
I don't see any bell. Look here, Mr. Hatch. How would it do if you walked on along the wall? Maybe there's another way to get in.
Oh, yes. Well, are you going to stay here?
Well, somebody might come. You go ahead. If you find anything, call.
Very well, Kent, but I still think this is all a wild goose chase.
Oh, do you?
You wouldn't if you'd heard what I heard from Dutchy Gann. Now that you're out of the way, I think Superman will see if he can't get through that gate. Wait. Someone's coming.
Hey, you. What you do at that gate?
Why, I'm just wondering how to get in.
Oh, yeah? Well, here's something else to wonder about. Sure, you like that?
Oh, so you want to play, do you? All right, I can play, too.
Hey, what you do? Hey, put me down.
Take a pass at a perfect stranger with a blackjack, will you? Well, come to think of it, you're just what I need to open this gate.
Hey, look out. Hey!
Just what the doctor ordered. Threw him against the gate and shattered the lock. After that, the rest is easy. I'll just get them completely open. That does it. Now to get this fellow hidden before Hatch comes back. Behind these bushes will do. There we are. When he comes to, he'll think twice before he pulls another blackjack.
Kent! Kent, what's going on?
There's Hatch. Quick. Back to Clark Kent.
This way, Mr. Hatch. The gate wasn't really locked after all.
It wasn't. Bless me, it certainly seemed locked. What did you do?
Why, I just gave it a push and it opened. Come on, let's get up to the house. Oh, look, someone's coming.
Yes, he's opening the door.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
What's that? Who's there?
Why, bless me if it isn't Keegan. Keegan, my dear fellow.
Who is it?
Here, let me come inside. Where's the light? Come in, Kent.
Really, gentlemen?
Now then, Keegan, don't you remember Asa Hatch, eh?
Asa Hatch? I'm afraid...
Wait, Keegan, your memory's failing. Think back. Pictures, photographs, you know, the camera.
Oh, yes, Mr. Hatch, yes. Now that I stop to think...
Now that you stop to think, my dear fellow. A joke's a joke. Look here, this is Mr. Kent, representative of the Daily Planet.
Reporter? I'm terribly sorry, but you know the rules.
Rules?
I don't understand how you gentlemen got in the grounds. The gates were locked.
Mr. Keegan, we've got to see the governor at once.
It's urgent, Keegan.
But the governor never sees reporters except at his daily press conference.
Reporters? Confound you, Keegan. You know I'm not a reporter. I'm an old friend. I wish to see Al Carson at once. At once, do you hear?
Sorry, gentlemen. And now, if you wouldn't mind leaving, Governor Carson has retired. And I'm afraid... Good night, gentlemen.
Well, looks like we're locked out.
Kent, my dear fellow, I apologize. I can't imagine what on earth...
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Hatch. That secretary just doesn't remember you.
Doesn't remember me? Don't you believe it? He remembers me perfectly. By Jove.
What's the matter?
Kent, I begin to believe you're right. There is some danger hanging over the governor.
I'm sure of it. But what made you change your mind?
Keegan. He knew me at once, but he refused to admit it. Wouldn't let us go to the governor. Don't you see what that means?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Well, use your brains, man. Keegan knows, he must know that if I go to the governor tomorrow with this story, Keegan will lose his job.
Well, I should certainly think so.
Well, then, my dear fellow, it's as plain as the nose on your face. Keegan isn't afraid of what I might say to the governor tomorrow or at any other time.
Why not?
Because the governor will not be here tomorrow. An attempt will be made to get rid of Governor Al Carson this very night. And Keegan knows it.
Mr. Hatch, you're right.
Yes, and the question is what to do now.
Come on. We'll take a look around the grounds.
Good idea.
If there's anything going on, we may be able to stop it. Come on, quietly now. And keep in the shadows.
Kent, what is the time? Have you any idea?
Oh, it's after 10, that's all I can tell you. Quiet! Be careful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I stepped into a bush. I say, Kent, what if someone observed us at this? A guard or the police? A bit awkward, eh?
Quiet! Try not to make too much noise. Let's edge around that corner. Oh, stop!
What's up?
Someone's there. Just ahead of you. Hatch, look out!
Stand where you are. It's the law.
What? Police.
Out with your hands. I guess we got you this time. Grab them, boys.
Yeah, see here. Now, wait. Stop.
Officer, you're making a mistake.
Sure we are.
What are you doing snooping around the grounds, eh?
We've just left the mansion.
Oh, you've just left the mansion, have you? Friends of Governor Carson's, I suppose, eh?
Well, if it comes to that, my good fellow, we are. And if you'll kindly conduct us to the door, the governor's secretary will identify us.
Oh, will he? Yeah, it's a good stall, and I'll just take you right up on it. Up they go, boys, back to the front door.
I'm telling you, you've made the mistake of your life.
Maybe so, but we ain't taking no chances. In case you don't know it, there's a 24-hour watch on this place. Yeah, and how come you had to break in the gate if you're friends of Governor Carson's?
Break in the gate? It was open.
Sure, it was open, after you cracked the lock. Here we are. Ring the bell. Oh, never mind. Here's somebody now. Yeah, I reckon they heard the noise.
Say, what the...
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Keegan, but we just picked up these guys snooping around the grounds.
Back again, Keegan.
They say they came from the house. Friends of the governor's. What about it?
Friends of the governor?
So they say. Take a look at them, will you?
Come on, Keegan. Identify us. We have business to attend to.
Shut up, you. Well, Mr. Keegan?
Captain, I think you'd better take them right down to jail. I give you my word, I've never seen either of them before in my life.
What? Keegan, are you out of your mind?
That's enough of that. Come on, you guys. Rush these bums into the wagon.
Not me, officer. So long.
Hey, get him. Shoot that guy. Hey, let that guy get away. Go get him.
Okay, the jailer's gone. Now, come on, lend me a hand.
Lend you a hand? Now, what are you trying to do?
Listen, don't be giving me that stuff. I know what you're in here for.
Oh, you do, eh?
Sure, I heard what the guy said. They caught you sneaking around Carson's place. Well, I reckon you and me are playing the same racket.
Yeah, shouldn't wonder at all.
Oh, quit being so cozy. I know Flores, too, see?
Yeah?
Yeah, and I know something else. I know why you're here.
Oh?
Yeah, and I know what we're all supposed to do tonight. So come on, come clean.
Look here now, I'm not sure about this.
Oh, quit it, will you? Didn't Pete say he'd send a guy in here to help spring me tonight?
Pete Flores told you that, did he?
You know mighty well he did. And you know why, too.
Well, maybe I do. But I never take chances. Just why is Pete going to get you out of here tonight?
Oh, lay off that stuff and help me with this mattress. Come on.
Mattress? What are you planning on doing with that?
Listen, wise guy, I'm putting it down on the floor because that's where I like to sleep. What do you think I'm doing with it?
It looks to me as if you were going to build a fire with it.
Well, if you ain't smart, I am going to build a fire with it. Now, listen, kid. Ain't nobody can hear you. I know why you're here.
Look, what's your name?
My name's Monty.
All right, Monty. Me and Flores, we can't afford to take chances. You know that.
Sure, I know.
So, suppose you give me the lineup. Then I'll know what's what.
Look, I'll give it to you quick.
Okay.
Pete said he'd pick a guy that nobody knew around here. So there'd be two of us when the riot begins, see?
Yeah?
I set fire to the mattress. There'll be a lot of hollering and smoke.
Yeah.
They'll come running down here, and you and me will make a getaway.
Well, sounds good, Monty. Then what?
Then we beat it up to the governor. There'll be a fast car waiting for us at the corner. We grab that, beat it uptown, and join Dutchie Gale outside the house.
Well, sounds easy. What's Dutchie going to be doing?
Dutchie will break into the mansion, drag out the governor. Well, maybe we'll have to help him.
Well, we'd better take this business kind of easy. We might not be able to pull it off.
Listen, kid, you don't know Pete Flores. But if it don't come off, Flores ain't going to stop there.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's got lots of things up his sleeve, Flores has.
Yeah?
Sure. If this don't work out right tonight, well, just wait to see what happens next.
Go on, Monty. What will happen next? I don't think you know as much as you think you do.
Oh, I don't, eh? Well, I do. And so do you. Now, you quit trying to kid me. Give me a hand with this mattress and get ready with your slugger.
Now, what do we do?
Well, we start up the fire. Like this, see? That'll do it fine. This stuff goes up like hay. I kept the match on purpose.
Hey, that's going to make quite a blaze, Monty. You'll choke us all to death.
The other guys will begin hollering in a minute.
Well, then what?
Well, when the keeper comes in to see what's up, you slap him over the head and we swipe his keys.
Huh?
Hey, that smoke's getting mighty thick. But the thicker it is, the better. Hey, where are you? You're back. I can hardly
See your keys right here. Listen, they're coming. I heard a whistle.
Hey, here comes the keeper. And the minute he opens the cell, let him have it.
Right.
Hey, now.
Where are you? Hey!
Now then, nobody can see a thing in the smoke. I think it's time Clark Kent changed into Superman. They can't see a thing. I'll duck right out past that keeper. If he gets in my way... sorry. Can't stop to apologize. Now then, out of here and down that corridor. Quick. There's the brick wall. I remember that window faces on the jail yard. Well, here we go, right through it. Out in the yard. And up. Wish I could stop and get Hatch out of there. There isn't time now. By heavens, that fellow was right. There is the car down there. They're waiting for a jailbreak. Then they'll be after the governor. I've got to hurry. Got to get there first. Up, and away!
Leaping skyward, a weird figure streaks through the air toward the executive mansion of Governor Carson. Red cloak streaming in the wind. Superman shoots through the night like a meteor. Over the mansion, where a single light burns in a window, he hovers, then drops slightly down.
There's the governor. Inside that room on the second floor. He's just going to bed. I'll crawl along the ledge, raise the window, and walk in on him as Clark Kent. I'll tell him I got a ladder and climbed up. Here we are.
Evening, Governor.
Who's that? Hey, what in the world?
Don't be frightened, please. I had to get in, and this was the only way.
Frightened? I'll show you how frightened I am. What do you mean by this?
Governor Carson, I have something to tell you. It's about Pete Flores.
Flores?
Yes.
You know about Flores. And how did you get in here?
Governor, I'm a newspaper man from the East. I heard some gangsters plotting, and I came right here to tell you.
Much obliged. Now, you can just stay right where you are till I call a guard.
Governor, quick. What time is it? Great heavens. Is that clock right?
It's just midnight.
Listen, you've got to listen.
I'll listen. It'll take the guards a few minutes to get here. I've already rung for them.
Governor, members of the Flores gang, maybe Flores himself, are coming here to kidnap you. They'll be here any second.
And so will the guards.
No, they won't. Don't you understand? All that's been taken care of.
Oh, has it? And what do you suggest, assuming for the time being that you're speaking the truth?
Wait, look. There's a car pulling up right now. Just beyond the wall. They're coming. Governor, you've got to let me meet them here in your place.
What? You're out of your mind.
I say you've got to. If it's Flores, now's our chance to get him once and for all. If it isn't, well, you can't afford to risk yourself.
Let them come. Just let them come, that's all.
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing? Confound it, sir. Let me down. I'll have you jailed for this.
Sorry, Governor. No time to argue. Got to be here when those fellows enter the room, and I've got to be here alone. I want them to think I'm you.
No, put me down. What are you doing?
Putting you in the closet until it's all over. Now, quiet, please.
I won't be quiet.
Oh, yes, you will. Here, I hate to do it, but take this. There. Didn't hurt him any, but it will keep him quiet. Now, I'll just lock him in. There, that does it. After all, it's for his own good. Oh, they're coming. Where's the governor's bathroom? Ah, there it is. They find me in bed. They'll never stop to ask whether I'm here or not. Great Scott, they certainly didn't waste any time. They've got a ladder, and they're coming right up. It's a good thing I turned off the light.
Okay, there he is, boys. Laying there in the bed.
All right, grab him quick. Put that bag over his head.
Hurry up, this boy wakes up.
Now then, jump him.
Hurry!
Give it a hand. Come on, hurry it up.
Make him quit that yelling, will you? Out the window. Out of the car. Make it fast. Boy, was that smooth. How's he doing under that bag, Monty?
He's all right, Judge. He ain't hollering half so much. Where's Flores?
Well, Monty, reckon it won't do no harm to tell you now. Flores said he'd wait till we got clear, and he'd sneak into the house himself and go through the wreckage.
You mean Pete Flores is back there in the mansion right now? Boy, has he got nerve.
Well, he figures all the angles, kid. Hey, Mike, ain't this the lake? Hey, look, we're on a bridge, right over the river.
Yeah, the lake's just ahead.
Yeah, this'll do fine. Pull up, Mike. Take a good look, Monty. Anything coming?
No, can't see a thing. It's pitch black, too.
Okay, drag him out of there. Quick. Hurry. You tie up his hands and feet like I told you, Monty.
Put me down. I tell you, I'll have you all in jail. Yes, and Florence, too.
Come on, right over to the edge. Now then, sling him out. I got him. You take his feet. Right. One.
Put me down.
2. And away.
The devils. They thought I was the governor, and they thrown me into the river. Well, they won't get far with that. First thing, got to get out of this bag. There, that does it. Go.
There we are. Up into the air. Up. There they go. Off in their car. I'd like to follow them and see what they're up to, but I can't. Not if what they said is true. If Flores is back there at the executive mansion. Up and away. Faster. Governor locked in that closet. Flores prowling around the house. If I ever hurried in my life, it's got to be now. Hurry. Faster.
Governor Carson. Where are you? Governor Carson. Governor.
Not a sign of him. Yet the door of that closet wasn't damaged. He hadn't even forced the lock. What's that? Footsteps. Someone's coming. If it's that devil Flores, or whoever it is, he's coming down the hall, outside the door. I'll change back to Clark Kent till I know who it is.
Governor, I give you my word, it was all the doing of that fellow Keegan.
Wait a minute, Hatch. Don't move. Who's that back of the curtain?
Gosh, is that you, Governor? Why, Asa Hatch.
Kent, my dear fellow.
Oh, it's you, is it?
Governor, where have you been? What's happened? Hatch, what's been going on?
From what my old friend Carson tells me, we all have a little explaining to do.
I'll say we have. We'll begin with you, young man. I understand you're a newspaper man named Clark Kent.
That's right, Governor. Say, I'm awfully sorry I had to lock you in that closet. I didn't want to, but it was just touch and go.
Yeah, that's what you did to my chin, too. Touch and go. Well, I'll forgive you. Asa tells me it was all in a good cause.
But what happened to you? Where did you go?
Same to you, young man. What happened to you? Where'd you go?
Governor, about 5 seconds after I locked you up, the gang came in the window and carted me off.
My dear fellow, who was it?
Our old pal, Dutchy Gann. Hatch, you remember Dutchy?
Oh, indeed, yes.
Well, Dutchy and his pals breezed in the window, slipped a bag over my head, and carried me away in a car.
But what then? How'd you get loose?
Oh, I don't know. I guess they got tired of something. Anyway, they rolled me out, and I came back, and here I am. But look, how did you get out of that closet?
Well, I came to after a while and began kicking and yelling, and the guard came in and heard me.
Oh.
And, of course, the first thing I tried to do was phone for the police, and I couldn't.
Oh, why not?
The wires were cut. That was the first thing that suggested you might have been right, Kent. So I called off my car and I went down to headquarters in person.
And the first person he saw, my dear fellow, was myself.
Yes,
What?
luckily. They were giving old Asa a tough examination.
Yes.
Wanted to know where he came from and all that.
Oh, tremendous excitement. Jailbreak, prisoners escaped. They thought I might have arranged it, Kent. Me.
Anyway, I got Hatch out of there and we came right back.
Yes, and what I want to know now is what in the name of time is going on?
It's a long story. I won't bore you with it. I'll just say this. Pete Flores is a crook and a murderer, and a mighty clever one at that. Before I was elected, he just about ran this territory. I swore that I'd put him and his whole gang out of business.
And meanwhile, he's doing his best to put you out of business, eh?
Well, I've gotten Rico Frayne. He was Flores' right-hand man. Just a matter of time till I get Flores himself.
Unless he gets you first, Governor, is that it?
He won't, Kent. That sort of rat hasn't the nerve.
Well, what about tonight?
Well, you said yourself Flores wasn't there. He left the dirty work to Gann.
Well, really, Carson, I don't think it matters.
Anyway, they missed fire, so that's that.
Oh, no, don't you believe it.
What?
Why, bless me, Kent, what do you mean?
Governor, you've got to be careful. I heard them talking tonight while they were driving me off. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. They've got something else up their sleeve.
Well, what is it?
And I don't know. But they're counting on it.
Carson, if I were you, I should keep to myself, out of the public eye, until this fellow Flores is finished with, once and for all.
Hatch, I can't do that. Even if I wanted to, it would be the most cowardly thing I could think of. I couldn't do it.
Well, my dear fellow, why not?
The Buffalo Hill ceremonies, Asa. Have you forgotten what you came out here for?
Oh, Governor, can't you get out of that?
Absolutely impossible. There'll be thousands of people here from all over the country. I'm making the principal speech.
Oh, yes, dedicating the Pioneers National Monument.
Well, just the same, Governor, you'll be taking an awful chance. Why, it's a perfect setup for anybody that wanted to get you.
Well, all right, Kent. After all, we can't live forever. Hello, who's that? Come in.
Governor, I beg your pardon, sir.
Well, it's Lieutenant Maxson. Come in, Maxson.
Governor, I'm mighty sorry to bother you at this time of night.
Well, too bad if I was in bed, but I'm not, so forget it. Gentlemen, meet Lieutenant Maxson, one of the guard officers out at Buffalo Hill.
Buffalo Hills, at the National Monument?
Yes.
Ah.
Maxson, this is Asa Hatch, the picture man, and Clark Kent, reporter for the Daily Planet back east.
How do you do, Lieutenant?
Glad to know you.
Now then, what's on your mind?
First thing, Governor, did you know your wires are cut?
I did, and I do. Go on.
All right, sir. Colonel Bowles told me to get right in here and give you a special message.
Colonel Bowles?
Yes, superintendent, officer in complete charge.
Oh.
Head of construction, head of engineering, head of the guard.
Go on, Lieutenant.
What's up?
Governor, it may seem a little queer, but the colonel called me a while ago and said for me to come right into Boulder City and get you.
Get me?
Yes, sir. He wants me to bring you out to the monument. Said it was important and not to fail.
What? Tonight?
But good heavens, man.
I know. It seems queer and all that, but you know the colonel, sir.
I do. He's as level-headed a man as ever walked. Well, if he thinks it's that urgent, it is.
Governor, look here, sir. You're surely not going.
Oh, dangerous, my dear fellow. Highly
Now,
dangerous.
quit that, will you, both of you? You got a car downstairs, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir. I drove in myself. Take you right back to the monument and bring you home again.
All right, we're on our way. Oh, look here. You two don't need to come along.
What? Mr. Story in the making?
Oh, Carson, you don't know him.
All right, I guess the car will hold four. Wait.
What's the matter?
I thought I saw someone sticking down the corridor.
Why,
Huh?
no, there's no one there. It's lighted all the way to the end.
Well, I could have sworn. Well, never mind. Come along. It's after midnight. You'll get a chance to see what the new Pioneers National Monument looks like by moonlight. Lead the way, Maxie.
But the governor was right. There was a form stealing silently in the darkness, out of the lighted corridor. The treacherous secretary, Keegan, who learned what was doing and who visited the car of the guard officer in the courtyard below, who crept through the shadows to place a certain small object well down in the cushions of the rear seat. An object which would stay hidden and unnoticed till the car reached the most dangerous portion of the mountain road, and then do its work, still hidden, still unnoticed.
How are you up front there, Kent? You all right?
Okay, thanks, Governor. How's Mr. Hatch?
Almost asleep, Kent. I find the motion unusually soothing.
Getting up there, aren't we, Maxon?
Yes, sir, Governor. Getting sort of sharp. That's why I closed the windows.
Look out there, Asa. Isn't that some view? Say, wake up, will you?
What did you say?
I say, look at that view. How'd you like to photograph that, huh?
Hey, that's something, all right. Gosh, we're right on the edge of nothing. How far down is it?
What'd you say? Boy, I'm worse than old Asa.
Are we getting to the monument?
Yeah. They're almost there. Just around the corner.
Say, watch what you're doing, will you?
Great Scott, I almost dropped off asleep.
I'll say you did. We were heading straight for the guardrail. How far down did you say that was from here, Governor? Hey, that's funny. They're both asleep.
Are they?
Yes.
It's sort of queer, isn't it?
Say, what's going on? What's happening? Maxon, watch what you're doing. You're heading for the rail. We'll go over the cliff. Maxon, look out!
Oh, can't send much of this. Good thing it's a solid steel body. Time for Superman to take charge. Out the door. Up! There, now they're falling clear. Off the cliff and down into the valley. Must be 1,000 feet. Got to dive down, and catch that car before it hits. Down. 200. 500. Almost there. Now then. Ah, I have it. I plugged the car. Now back to the road up above before they know what's happened. Up and away. Up.
Here. What happened? What's going on?
I say, Kent, I believe I've been asleep.
Kent, what's happened? Why are you driving? What's the matter with Max?
It's all right, Governor. We had a little accident, went through the guardrail. Everybody fell asleep. Must have been a leak in the exhaust. Gas came up in the car.
What's that? We went through the guardrail.
My heavens, what a narrow escape.
The car got banged up a little. Lucky it still runs.
Oh, my head.
Here comes Maxon around. Now we're all present and accounted for.
But, Kent, I don't understand.
Don't ask me, Governor. I guess we should have left the window open.
You mean to say... Kent, I can't believe it. We went through the guardrail and didn't go over the cliff?
Miraculous.
I don't remember a thing. Say, you can pull up now, Mr. Kent. That's the office. We've got to the monument.
Well, if you ask me, we're mighty lucky. After we got back on the road, I didn't think this whole buggy'd go at all. There we are.
Well, I'm a little dizzy, but I guess I can navigate. What about you, Hatch?
I appear to have been sadly bumped and bruised by a person or persons unknown.
This way, gentlemen. I guess the colonel's still up. His light's on. Come on in.
Well, I'll be mighty glad to know what's going on. You lead the way, Maxie.
This is the office. Colonel Bowles' quarters. Funny. He said he'd be waiting for us.
If you say there's a light in the room, knock again.
Probably fallen asleep. Give it a good bang.
Gentlemen, I think we'd better break in the door.
Why, really? I can't. What do you mean?
I'm afraid something's happened. Someone's been here before us.
Yes, he's right, Carson. Break it down.
What do you say, sir? By all means, go ahead, Maxon. Here, I'll lend you a hand.
Come on, it's going. Once again. There we are.
Why, there he is. He's sitting right at his desk. He's asleep.
Colonel Bowles. Bowles. Good heavens, he doesn't hear us.
Hatch, look at him.
No, he doesn't hear us. He'll never hear anything again. You were right, Kent. Someone has been here before us. And the question now is who? And what would Bowles have told us?
Well, there goes the clock, gentlemen. 10:30. If we're going to be ready for the great unveiling at noon, we'd better be on our way.
Governor, please. I'm not talking through my hat, honestly.
Now, Kent, look here. You've been talking for the past half hour, and you haven't yet produced a single valid reason why I shouldn't go to Buffalo Hills.
Oh, my dear Carson, that's hardly fair.
Look here, sir. 2 nights ago, the superintendent was mysteriously killed. Since then, 2 watchmen have fallen off the face of the cliff. Now, that doesn't prove something's going to happen today.
I do believe he's right, my dear fellow.
Nonsense. Now, look here, Hatch. You've been taking pictures of the cliff, haven't you? From various angles.
Oh, yes, indeed, for the last 2 days.
Well, you haven't noticed anything queer, have you?
Well, after all, Carson, the dastardly plot would hardly appear in a photograph.
All right, but nobody else has noticed anything queer either. And we've had guards all over the place.
Governor, Flores is a dangerous man. If he's up to something, and I'm convinced of it, you don't think he'd show his hand, do you? Now, I warn you, sir, don't go out to those ceremonies today. Don't do it.
Seriously, my dear fellow, I share Mr. Kent's opinion. You mustn't do it.
On the contrary, I must do it. Why, confound it, do you realize what's going on today? 15,000 people from all over the country are here at Buffalo Hills to watch that dedication. Greatest group of carvings the world's ever seen. Half a mile up, on the face of the cliff. I've got to be there to welcome them. Now, come along, Kent. The cars are waiting down below. Let's be on our way.
But, Governor...
No more arguing. I'm going up here.
But Kent and Hatch are right. Even as the cars of the governor's party wind through the mountains toward the scene of the dedication, deadly danger waits at Buffalo Hills. In a tunnel in the cliff, above and beyond the giant carvings in the stone, Pete Flores talks with Dutchy Jan and makes his final plans. Listen.
What you doing, Pete? I just set the last fuse, Dutchy. We are in the rock behind the car. Right below is where the governor will stand, directly under the cliff. When the cliff falls, it will fall on the governor and fall on the crowd, too. Gee, but they'll see it. They know it was dynamite. No, it is more clever. High up in the mountain, Dutchy, there are other charges. Just enough to start avalanche, yeah? What? An avalanche, tons and tons of rocks. They come down, strike the top of the cliff. Big noise. Oh, I get it. Then what? When the rocks hit top of the cliff, they set off more charges. All the charges back of the car. Right over the head of the governor. Dutchy, wait till you see. When does it happen? At noon. The gun goes off in the valley. Then I throw the switch, see, right here, and that sets off the avalanche on the mountain. At noon, when the gun goes off. Time goes fast, mi amigo. Already the crowd collects down there. Hey, listen, Pete. What are you going to do? How are you going to get away yourself? You will wait in the car, Dutchy, on the cliff road, where we have left the car for the past 3 days. But you won't have time. Plenty of time. 3 minutes before the crash comes, I throw the switch, and then I run, get in the car. We go fast. And after it is all over, who remembers seeing car on Cliff Road? Maybe they think it lost in avalanche. Gee, I sure hope nothing slips. So believe me, mi amigo, nothing can slip now. When gun goes off on noon, you hear what I say. It speaks the end for Governor Casa. Now quick, help me fix the last fuse, then go.
Well, Hatch, anything new?
Not so far, Kent. Have you discovered anything?
No, can't see a thing. I'm just as sure as I am that I'm standing here that something's going to happen. They're cheering the governor. He's just come out on the platform. What's the time?
Just a few minutes to 12. Look, they're wheeling that antiquated saluting cannon up into position.
Well, whatever happens, we'll know soon enough now.
Oh, stop worrying. Look at these pictures, Kent. Enlargements of the photographs I took yesterday.
Oh, nice work, all right.
Yes.
What's that little dot up in the corner there?
Let me see. Oh, yes, that's a car. It seems to be in this picture, too. Workman, I imagine.
Oh. Where did you take these from, Hatch?
Just about here, my dear fellow. Practically the same angle.
Uh-huh.
Yes, by Jove, and there's that car again. Look, up there on the cliff right now.
Huh? Where? Oh, yes, I see it. Up there just above the cliff.
Yes.
What the...
But, Kent, is anything wrong? What are you looking at?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, then come along. We'd better get to our places.
Go ahead, Hatch. I'll be right with you. Save me a seat, will you?
Well, but what are you doing? Where are you going?
Don't wait. You go ahead. I just want to see somebody.
I should say I do want to see somebody. I want to see the man in that car on the cliff. Good thing Superman has telescopic eyesight. Quick now. I'll duck back of these rocks. Nobody'll see me here. Up we go. Up. Up. Thank heaven for Hatch's pictures. I'd never have noticed. That car is the same one they used to kidnap me in, and the man in it. I'm not sure yet. Yes, I am, too. The man in it is Dutchy Gann. Well, look out for yourself, Dutchy. Here I come.
Hey, where'd you come from?
You've seen me before. Remember what happened to you? Where's Pete Flores and what's he doing? Quick, Dutchy, talk.
No, I'll talk. He's in the tunnel.
What tunnel?
Right over there. He's going to start an avalanche when the gun goes off.
What? When the gun goes off? Keep talking, man.
Rocks. They'll come down off the mountain, hit the top of the cliff.
Wait, quick, don't stop.
Flores, he'll explode the whole works. The avalanche will touch it off.
Yes?
The cliff will fall on the governor. Flores is in the tunnel right now.
That's all I need to know. I'll handle the rest. And Flores, too. Down that tunnel. Faster! There he is, with his hand on the switch. Drop that, Flores. Who is there? Stand where you are. I shoot. No good. Take your hand off that switch, quick. The gun. The new gun.
Too late. You cannot stop me now. The switch is thrown. The avalanche begins. High up the mountain. Run, whoever you are. Run for your life.
It's coming. I hear it. Out and up. Up. By heavens, it is coming. Right down the mountain. Right for the top of the cliff.
Down comes the full force of the avalanche, heading straight for the dynamite charges in the top of the cliff. Only one man's figure in the way. Red cloak streaming in the rush of wind. Steel muscles tense. Superman defies the mountain. One final boulder. Huge mass of rock bounding and spinning in the air.
If I can keep standing where I am, I can deflect it down that gully. Miss the cliff clean. And miss those crowds down below. I don't know. It's shoving me back. Now, here's the biggest one yet. Last chance. Now then. Now this is the one that does it. Last chance. If this one gets by me, here it is. Now. Made it. Turn the slide into that gully. And they're safe. They're safe down below. Now up. Up and away.
My dear fellow, where on earth have you been?
Oh, hello, Hatch. What's happened? Is everything all over?
What do you mean to say you didn't see it?
Oh, I had a job to do. I just happened to think of it. What did happen?
Why, Kent, it was amazing. Just as the gun went off, a rock slide started from the top of the mountain.
No.
Fact, came straight for the top of the cliff. And then something happened. We couldn't see. There was too much dust.
Yes?
But it was just as though some tremendous hand came down and threw back the rocks.
What?
No one hurt, not a trace of damage.
Gosh, to think I missed all that.
And my dear fellow, the pictures I got. Oh, look, here comes the governor.
Hey there, Kent.
Yes?
Hello, Pat. quite a bit of excitement, eh?
Well, can't say we didn't warn you, Governor.
Well, Kent, that was an accident. If you think you can lay that to Flores, well, and anyhow, I'm still here. If it was Flores' work, where is he?
Oh, I was wrong. There was someone hurt.
What's that?
Where? Up on the cliff. It seems there was a car. It started off just before the slide, and when the avalanche poured down that gully, the car was right underneath.
Well, who was in it?
Governor, we'll never know. Whoever it was, poor fellows, they're buried under tons of rock.
Poor fellows. Don't you believe it?
What? Who spoke?
Why, Kent, my dear fellow, was that you? Your voice? What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. Gosh, I guess I was just carried away. Say, you were right about Flores, Governor. He'll never touch you now.
Well, I was never seriously alarmed, Kent.
I was, but I'm not now. Everything's all right. Well, got your pictures, Mr. Hatch?
Oh, my dear fellow, beauties. Wait till Perry White sees them.
And wait till he sees my story. Well, so long, everybody. I've got to find a telegraph wire.
The governor saved in the nick of time. Pete Flores removed by the rock slide which he himself started. And Clark Kent with another scoop. Once again, Superman has served the forces of law and order, rescued the champion of good government in the heart of the Buffalo Hills. Next week, another thrilling, exciting story of Superman. Tune in and don't miss the beginning.
Up in the sky! Look! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature